We're all here to beat the challenge.
I am walking for my wife.
I run for my sister.
I run to share my story.
Today I run for my life.
I run in memory of my mother.
I run for the cure.
It's National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I want anyone in the audience to please stand up if you or someone you know has been touched by breast cancer.
And I've been touched by breast cancer. My mother passed away from breast cancer. I have to say, thanks in large part to events like the one that you just saw, we've been able to make continued advancements in research and treatments. And today, Dr. Frida Lewis Hall, the Chief Medical Officer of Pfizer, joins us to discuss ways to navigate this disease if you or a loved one have been diagnosed.
Thank you so much. It's really great being here because it's really a message of hope. There are 2.5 million breast cancer survivors in the U.S.
Early detection is essential and leads to a wider range of treatment options which can save thousands of lives each year. So it is so important that women start doing self-breast exams as early as their 20s. They should be aware of how their breasts feel and look normally and report any breast changes to a health professional as soon as they're found. But remember that self-exams do not replace regular checkups. The National Cancer Institute recommends that women 40 years and older get a mammogram every 1 to 2 years, and even earlier or more often if you or a family member has had breast cancer.
You know, being diagnosed with any type of cancer, it can be physically as well as mentally overwhelming. So, Dr. Frida Lewis Hall, you have some advice that may help if you get that diagnosis.
And I hope this advice helps. It's simple and straightforward, and that is if you're diagnosed with breast cancer and going through treatment, do it with attitude. So what do I mean by that? The D is for determine your own destination. This is a time where you may feel really out of control, but the idea is to take control of your circumstances where you can. Find a treatment team and you become the leader of that team. The O is optimize your information and your network. So find a few additional trusted sources of information. These will help you keep current with things like new resources that you might need, treatment advances, clinical trials, and other important information. And you want a solid support network, friends, family, but also out in the community where there may be support groups and other things and other people who can help you get through this time. And the I is for intensity.
And I'll jump in here and talk about why intensity is so important, because you have to have a sense of urgency and be disciplined about all the steps you're taking. Stick to your medication schedule. Don't postpone appointments. You don't ever want to make excuses.
That's exactly right. And the T is for tenacity, and that is stick with it. You have to challenge cancer at every turn. Ask questions. If you don't get the answer to your question, ask it again. If you still don't have an answer, ask out in your network again, again, and again. Tenacity is the key.
And another tip is to do your best to maintain a positive attitude because your mental state can have a positive effect on your physical well-being. Stress, on the other hand, can put a tremendous strain on your health.
Make yourself your #1 priority. People feel guilty doing that, but it's so very important. And we know you hear this all the time. Be sure to get enough rest. Eat healthy foods like these good ones you see here. It does make a difference.
And visit healthierworld.com, where you can find information if you're diagnosed with breast cancer or other types of cancer.
You can also log on to thedoctorstv.com. Dr. Lewis Hall, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
And there's more ahead, so stick around.